Oh, it's a great day for baseball. At least that's what I'm heading into work to do. As I leave my parking space and let a red Mustang drive by. I don't want to back out and get T-boned, you know? No one does. Anyway, welcome back in, everybody. The Sunday edition, pardon me, of 30-Minute Musings. It's nice out. I'm showing 91 degrees. Whew. Boy, I had my apartment good and cold. Somehow, again, woke up 6 o'clock this morning, did not know what to do for a workout, but when in doubt, just go with isometric yoga. That will get the heart rate going. That will stress you and pressure you in different ways. It's not really a heart pounding out of your chest type cardio, but it'll get the heart rate going. And it's not like you're struggling and forcing to lift the weights with your arms, and you're not doing lunges and all that shit with your legs. Your legs aren't on fire, but it's just a good kind of all-around workout that fucking gets you. And it proves just how weak you are. So when in doubt, do that. 'Tis exactly what I did. Well, worked 11 hours yesterday. That was, well, I haven't done that since I was at the old fucking cheap-ass radio station. And that's all they had me do. Every Sunday was noon until midnight. I can't say that's all they had me do, but, you know. No, he's reliable. Have him do the shit work that no one else wants to do. Well, that's terrible. Weekends, for a while, it wasn't always like that, but Saturdays were always 6 p.m. until midnight, and then I would get 12 hours off, so to speak. Right back in noon till Sunday, noon till midnight on Sunday, which takes you into Monday. And then through the week, maybe if it was baseball season, etc., blah, blah, blah. Can't say that I have a set schedule right now, but to do 11 hours, I mean, it wasn't bad, really. It was just waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do live shows. That was the worst part of it. But I got all my fucking, any work needed to be done with all of that was completed. No problem. Did a baseball game, which was a makeup game. Earlier in the year, the Marlins and the Washington Nationals were snowed out early in the year. When I was back on vacation, baseball season had started. And there were a lot of games that just were not played due to, well, yeah, snowy weather. And it's the usual places, Detroit, Cleveland, New York usually gets them. But the D.C. area had one. So that's an interesting gem altogether. But they made that game up early yesterday and then had another game at night. So it was kind of a doubleheader, but not quite. Oh, today just kind of a midday game. I think it's a 12:35 pregame and a 1:05 Eastern first pitch. So I'll be doing that. I'll get home at a decent time, and I'm supposed to be, get this, I'm supposed to be playing games with some friends tonight, live on the air. Yep, live streaming some video games. Well, probably just a video game with some friends from back home. So that's all good. We've done that in the past. Well, we've linked up online and played games together, but never have I done it while we were recording. And we've never played this specific game together, the game Destiny, that I've mentioned before. It's kind of like a first-person point-of-view shooter, FPS, first-person shooter. And yeah, it's kind of takes place in its own little world in space. I just slammed an entire fucking mug of coffee before I walked out the door. And granted, nothing like a good cold drink, but a nice cold drink of caffeine, a caffeinated bean water. That's, I'm waiting for that thing to warm up the least bit and hit my belly. Because I kind of think it just did. I felt a spike up in my brain. Maybe things are moving. Better a spike in my brain than a lump in my belly that's trying to work its way out. Because coffee does that, let's not lie. Although I will say, a hot cup of coffee usually. Never mind. I've been up for 5 hours already. You want to start talking evacuation, that's a totally different scenario. Anyway, so I'll be playing, I'll be doing a live stream recording of playing some video games when I get home from work today. That'll be fun. We'll get a good couple hours in, depending on how long this baseball game takes. Oh, that is a Texas plate. Put them on the board. A Lone Star State. Just a bland plate. White backing with black letters. Nothing fancy. Everything's bigger in Texas, except the IQ. I knew somebody who grew up in Texas, and I remember he... And then when I was up in Orlando, he was a classmate with one of my roommates, if that makes sense. Get what I'm saying? He was in classes with one of my roommates, and and at that point, shit, that's 10 years ago already, and I'm still pretty. Yeah, let's fucking drink and party and do all. We'll get a keg and charge people for a cup. They don't have to. We're not charging them to show up, but if you want to drink out of the keg, a couple of bucks. Here's your cup. We'll write your name on it. No big deal, And that would work pretty well. But the one kid was from Texas, and he said, man, there are dry counties in Texas. And I'd heard, I'm like, wait, dry counties, there's no, they don't allow drinking? It's like, well, kind of, but no place sells alcohol. No beer. They don't sell beer. They don't sell booze. It's the damnedest thing. It's like, how the fuck is that possible? In Texas, of all places. That's one of the states where you would expect there's a lot of drinking. I'm expecting a lot of drinking easily in, Texas, in, of course, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Miller Beer, all that stuff. Maybe not even so much Missouri, even though Anheuser-Busch is St. Louis. But, then, where else would you picture a lot of drinking going on? And sure, maybe if you're talking moonshine, yeah, Tennessee, Kentucky, shit like that. Yeah, maybe there's some drinking going on there. But Texas is definitely one of those states, there's drinking going on, big time. Even California, maybe some wine, not frat boy party drinking. That's what I'm picturing. Texas, I think, is one of those places. And he says they have dry counties. I'm like, dude, how the fuck, that's the stupidest thing. He's like, you think that's bad? One time he's, I forgot what concert he's going to see, something good and heavy, like Pantera. Some good kick-ass concert. He's like, and we get out of the concert at whatever time, and it's close to 10 o'clock or something like that. And it's it was in a dry county. So, there was, the gas stations didn't have any beer. There were no fucking liquor stores, no nothing. We couldn't, we thought we were fucked. We had to haul ass. And he's like, yeah, everything's bigger in Texas, including the counties. They're having to fly like a motherfucker down the highway, fast as you can go, before midnight where fucking, they can get into a different county to find a fucking liquor store or something. Get a bunch of beer for after the show. He's like, dude, it was a cool fucking night with the concert, but it sucked afterwards because we were still up rocking and rolling. Or we wanted to. We had to haul ass into the, to find a county. Get some fucking beer. It's that was just brutal. I can only imagine. And why Texas of all I could see some weird other states I could see Louisiana. This parish it's a dry parish. We don't allow drink because Louisiana is kind of its own little world, even though it's landlocked in the U.S. I understand Alaska and Hawaii, the rules are different because of just how far off you are. I get that. But of all states to have dry counties, Texas? I mean, I don't know, of Jersey plate, put them on the board. Of all states that have dry counties, well, and I don't know, I'd have to look up a list. And maybe there are some in Wisconsin I just never knew about. But, they just do not sell alcohol in certain counties. That's fucking weird to me. Well, like I said, you get you get the Ridge Runners and shit like that, the Moonshiners, like I said, Tennessee and Kentucky, that's more like booze, I picture. for, okay, maybe that's a place they drink a lot, fine. But Wisconsin and Texas, like, damn sure. If you can name 5 or 10 states, there's 4 of them. And that toilet is still there. The toilet is still on the fucking ramp. Oh. Baby Jesus. Anyway, if that's 4 states that I named that where you picture there's just a lot of drinking going on, be it beer or booze, that's definitely, I mean, that's a good 4 to have. I mean, to name a 5th one, like I said, California, okay, they got wine, but like I don't picture that as being like maybe Colorado, they got Coors and now they got a bunch of legalized weed. I don't know, I don't see it as a big drinking place, I really don't. I mean, what would be, if I just named 4 good states for drinking, like I said, Missouri perhaps because they got St. Louis, they got Anheuser-Busch headquartered there, like that's understandable to me. And like that might be kind of like, we'll shoehorn you into the conversation because of that. Like I said, Colorado, I don't know how bad I don't picture that as a drinking state. I picture that as kind of like Rocky Mountains, the west side of Colorado is all mountains, the east side's all flat, it's a fucking pancake, it's a weird kind of geographical state. Thin air, high altitude, blah, blah, blah. And now that they have legalized weed, people are high as well. And, whatever, to each their own, like, I get it. I'm not knocking it, but I'm just saying, I myself picture, and maybe just more of a topical right now type of thing, I picture Colorado to be more of a weed state than I do a beer state, even though Coors is, like, headquartered there. So Missouri, if I'm going to shoehorn them in, is the 5th representative of name 5 states that you would think are well known for drinking. Like I said, Texas is definitely in that fucking list. And I'm struggling to find that 5th one. Like, if Missouri is just kind of, okay, because you have Anheuser-Busch, well, then I gotta also maybe honorable mention Colorado because of Coors. I don't know. Where do you draw the line? But, I mean, Oklahoma, I don't picture that to be not like Texas. I don't know why. Maybe Florida and the Florida Keys, all that Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville shit. Miami Beach, South Beach, maybe Vegas, Nevada. I don't like drinking, but that's more like celebration party. Like I don't know. I'm talking like the locals, not people go there to get drunk. I'm talking the locals. The natives are restless, kind of thing. That's where Wisconsin, Texas, Kentucky, and Tennessee come into my argument here. I mean, I'm not down that they don't drink in Alabama. I'm not down that they don't drink in Idaho. But I just don't see it as a big of a fucking recreational thing to do as the previous 4 states I mentioned. I mean, yeah, because you can make arguments for other places, don't get me wrong. Like I said, Florida, oh yeah. I mean, there's plenty of college towns, whether you're up Tallahassee, you're in Gainesville. I mean, you got Miami with all the clubs. You got the Florida Keys. You got, I wouldn't say that Orlando, Kissimmee, St. Cloud, and that whole Disney attractions area is like a big party draw. But you got Universal Studios. What's in Universal Studios? You got Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. You can make an argument for that. You can say New York, all right? You got all the big parties there. Especially, I don't know. Madison Avenue, I don't fucking know. But just the club scene in general there. But I don't see it as like a big drinker's state. I don't. Without the whole Manhattan area, New York, Long Island, like New York City, Long Island. I mean, Albany, Yonkers. It sounds like it sounds like a state for puss cakes. It really does. People are slowing down over there. Gotta watch out for these merging idiots. They don't know what they're doing, and I don't want nobody cutting into me. Was there a fender bender? Well, either way, it's behind me now. Fuck them. But what other state do you think? Hell, I don't know. The beer, Hams. For any of you whose grandfather drank that, H-A-M-M-S, Hams, that's from Minnesota, from the land of the sky blue waters, land of 10,000 lakes. They got a bunch of water to fucking get their hops and beer and all that shit barley fermented with. I don't know, but I don't see Minnesota as a drinking state. I don't see Iowa as a drinking state. Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, I don't. Wyoming, nope. Colorado has Coors, and that's cool, don't get me wrong. What would be that fifth state? I mean, maybe, like, if I'm going with Tennessee and Kentucky, as far as, like, the Ridge Runners, the Moonshiners, yeah, maybe, like, West Virginia, somewhere like that. Like, that's understandable. I don't know, Georgia, the Carolinas, I don't know. There's a college football team, or an alumnus. I want to say it's West Virginia. Like, they always drink, like, apple teenies. Like, that's like their recognized drink of choice. I think it's West Virginia, the Mountaineers. Not the Virginia Cavaliers, but the West Virginia Mountaineers, blue and yellow. I think they do, like, apple teenies is kind of like their pregame kind of celebratory, I don't know, or maybe it's their victory drink. Excuse me. Like that coffee's trying to do something here. It just gets a little filmy. It makes me hack up stuff sometimes. Especially when I start flapping my damn gums. Kind of coats your throat. Then when you start talking, that's, well, air's not going down. Air's trying to come out of your fucking larynx. So, get that stuff out of the way. Michigan, well, I would imagine anywhere up north they're going to drink a lot. Ohio, well, they have reasons to drink. I might just give it to Ohio. Because that just sounds like a miserable place. I mean, you have Cleveland, need I say more? I mean, when Cleveland is worse than, like, Detroit and fucking, all of New Jersey, it's got to say something. And I have a little bit of pain in my spine. Like, when I go to look over my shoulder, look out the passenger side so I'm not clipping into anybody. Oh, I get that little electric nerve twinge thingy. See, when I look left, nothing. Look right. Oh, but it's not just turning my neck. It's when I turn my neck and my hips to really look behind me. Oh, that's fun. Might need some yoga tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Tomorrow I work an evening baseball game, so I can sleep in. I can stay up all night playing video games, and I can sleep in. Wake up when the fuck ever. I'll set my alarm for noon. That's fine. I don't think I'll be up till 4 a.m. Oh, what happened here? Did that semi just have a blowout? Everybody's kind of slowing down, and he's pulled way the fuck over. Well, let me slow down here. What the hell just happened? I don't know. Oh, he doesn't know where he's going. He's on the ramp, and then he jets back onto the highway. Yep, you're lost. That's okay. Better luck next time. That's what they'll tell you at the blackjack table. Goddamn blackjack table. Remember that fucking video game? Old man Leo sitting at the table? And Bart the goddamn redneck? Well, let's put a saddle on them ponies. Yeah, that's two people know what the fuck I'm talking about. One of which I don't think listens to these 30-minute musings. Brother Dave knows all about Bart the goddamn redneck. And Carlos the phony fucking Latino. Right on! That is to say, yes, I won at the tables. It's a casino video game, and they got these quirky ass fucking characters at the tables with you. Talkative little fuckers, but yeah. Old man Leo, Bart the goddamn redneck, and Carlos the phony Latino. Because he's not really Carlos. His name's probably Chuck. Anyway. when you lose out and you lose your hand at playing blackjack, better luck next time. Don't know why I said that for a semi leaving the ramp and getting back onto the highway, but he looked lost. And I do wish him better luck next time. Fuck him, let's move on. I'm still trying to think of another state that drinks a lot. You know what? Maybe, Boston is a city, but I'll give it to Massachusetts before I give it to Missouri, even though because think about it. You got Samuel Adams fucking Boston Lager. And I mean, that's just a lot of Irish motherfuckers, and they're just angry. They're never happy unless they're miserable. They drink a lot. So I'll kind of shoehorn Massachusetts into this one. That Boston in general, but I guess because it's a smaller state, I will give it to them sooner than I'll give it to Missouri. Unless there's a bunch of good old stories about Missouri fucking, ridge runners and fucking moonshiners, which I'm sure happened back in the day. But Anheuser-Busch, for me, that's not enough to get you there. Samuel Adams and a bunch of angry Irish motherfuckers, yes, that will do it. So as of right now, I'm giving it mainly to Boston, but it's Massachusetts. You don't want a fucking beer? Well, suit yourself there, fag. Get out of my fucking bar. You want a fucking drink? We don't serve water here unless you like it fucking barley flavored. You fucking prick, you. Maybe that's where I'll give my nod right now. I think that's perfect. Based on the angry, drunken Irish. Oh, there was that New York plate, taxi cab yellow with the navy blue letters. Saw some kind of international plate, but don't know what the fuck it was. So I can't say. Thought I saw a Connecticut plate, but that's unofficial because I could not totally see it. But I have to give Massachusetts is my number 5 right now because of angry, drunken Irish motherfuckers. Yes, I think that's a fitting mix right now. I mean, Canada as a country, yeah, they're pretty good drinkers too. A lot of whiskey. Cold as fuck up there. They got Labatt's, oh yeah. They got a couple of beers, eh? Got some Labatt, maybe some Molson. It's pretty good beer. That'll get you fucked up for a little bit, eh? Usually which kind of negates my Texas argument, usually where it's colder. What is that plate over there? Can't even fucking read it. It's a white plate with very thin blue letters. That might be Canadian. I don't know what that is. Huh. Very, very thin blue lettering. I mean, just like the ID numbers on the plate, not so much the location, which is usually up on the top of the plate. Could have been Newfoundland, I have no clue. I want to say that was a Canadian plate. It almost looked like an Ontario plate, because that too was like white with blue lettering. Same colors it looked like. But the plate letters itself, the ID portion of it, really thin letters. Huh. This yellow car has New Jersey plates. That's 2 on the board for them. The Garden State. Why do they call it that? New Jersey, really? And again, New Jersey is one of those useless plates. If you weren't so close to fucking New York City, you're pretty much useless. Like, if you were tucked in a little bit more, you're nothing. You really aren't. Like, what does Jersey have of relevance? Atlantic City? Yeah, come on, that's a joke and you know it. The boardwalk is gone thanks to Superstorm Sandy. No use keeping that shit around. But New Jersey's pretty much useless, but it's the proximity to fucking New York City that keeps it relevant to any degree. It's right across, what is that, the Hudson River? I mean, hell, without New York City, the state of New York is pretty fucking irrelevant. Like I said, Albany, Yonkers. It sounds like a place for a bunch of Nancys to hang out, doesn't it? It sounds like places you'd go shopping. I mean, Yonkers is a fucking department store, don't get me wrong, but it's like, oh, I'm going to go look for a nice knit sweater in Albany today. You know, the Bronx sounds a little tougher, a little harder edged. Even Long Island. I would like to check out Long Island, because I heard, like, they like keeping themselves separated from, like, New York City. It's like, I don't live in Long Island, I live on Long Island. And they will correct you on that. But I've said in the past, Chicago. Without Chicago, Illinois is fucking useless. You know what Illinois is? It's a combination of Iowa and Nebraska. Flat as fuck. Maybe you have a college town somewhere. Des Moines or Lincoln. I don't even know if Omaha's worth a damn. Apparently they got steaks there, but... And maybe I'm wrong. Are the Nebraska Cornhuskers, do they play in Lincoln or do they play in Omaha? I think it's Lincoln. But I know Omaha is a city of note in Nebraska. Des Moines. Is that where the Iowa, what is that, the Hawkeyes college football team, or is that where they hail from? I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. Because the Iowa State Cyclones, I have no idea where they play. My knowledge of sports and geography kind of mix in together. That's one good thing I got. But without Chicago, Illinois is a useless state. Absolutely useless. There's nothing to it. It's flat farmland, zero nothing. And I mean flat. That's why they call that area the Great Plains. It's just fucking boring. Plain. Nothing. I mean, even Vanilla's like, dude, spice up your life a little bit, you know? Wonder Bread looks at the Great Plains as like, come on, at least I can turn into toast. Put some butter on my ass. You guys got nothing. Got a bunch of corn. Well, that's cool, I guess. If you like shitting like a crippled goose. However, that's one little snack treat that I do now. I need to get me some popcorn. Not like pre-bagged shit. I mean, like, you know, get some kernels. I'll cook this shit up my damn self. Popcorn, I think, would be a nice little treat to have. Other than getting the hull stuck in between your like stuck up your gum. Right there, top part of where your teeth connect into your gums. That's the only pain about eating popcorn. Now, granted, I don't floss every day, I admit. But goddamn, it's just a good little snack, something you could shovel into your face, no problem. And because it's like puffed up, I think the popcorn makes it a little better treat. Butter it and salt it to your own liking, or not at all. Just that oral fixation, hand to mouth. I'm being fed. My stomach should shut up now. Never always works, but goddammit, I try. That's why I'll chew on the occasional toothpick. Use your blinker, guy. Come on. 2-minute warning. And I'm already through. I already made my turn here, and I'm at the far edge, and I'm at Miramar Parkway. Do I have clearance here? I do. Just I want to make sure this guy fucking doesn't fuck around. And then I'll jump up this way. Fine and clean. Woo! Not quite parking space to parking space, but, I mean, we're good and clean on the run here. Had to wait for that one yellow Mustang as I was leaving. Bit of a slowdown on the highway. Shit, I crossed over 441 faster than I knew it. What a beautiful fucking day, and I gotta work. Of course, even if I didn't have to, would I go to the beach and do anything? Well, no, not today. Oh shit, I'm in the red, got about a minute to go. Just about to make my turn down Tarpon Drive. I think it's Drive. I know it's Tarpon, like the fish. Yeah, it is Tarpon. Into those nice little back neighborhoods that lead toward Riviera. Let me make my turn and then pick up my phone. So yeah, just by default, if I'm naming 5 states that are known for their drinking, which I pretty much stayed on topic with this the whole run, most of the run. I'd say 2/3 of the 30-minute musing. Whoop. Wisconsin, Texas, Kentucky, Tennessee, and just because of Boston and the angry Irish drunk motherfuckers, I'm putting Massachusetts on my top 5. If you have any suggestions, put them in the comments or something like that. Send me hate mail, email, whatever it is. But till next time, everybody. Hey, till we meet again. Let's close it out the right way, right? I will definitely catch your ass down the road, more than likely tomorrow.